just arrived in Madrid from Morocco. I have a layover here before my flight to Chicago tomorrow morning, and I'm taking full advantage, so I'm going to have dinner at a Michelin-starred restaurant.
I went to Clos Madrid since it was conveniently located across the street from my hotel. There are both a la carte and tasty menu options. I went with the tasty menu. Now the dinner started off with bread, and it was good, but this is the only complaint I have. That's all it was just good. With a Michelin-starred restaurant, I kind of expect something a little more unique, original. I mean, there was no butter, no oil, nothing to really elevate it. So that's really the only complaint I have of this meal. Everything else after was just incredible. This game Consome was a fun and delicious take on the classic Spanish pairing of churros and hot chocolate. After 3 weeks of not consuming any pork in Morocco, this crunchy pig's ear was a real delight to my palate. I really enjoyed this course. There's a lot going on, there's a lot of elements, and they all work together perfectly. There was an assortment of incredible shrimp here, presented in different ways, but I particularly enjoyed the egg yolk, which was an explosion of flavor. That course was so good I had to take a picture with it. While this Madrid Creme Brulee doesn't resemble a typical example of dessert, the flavor and texture made it to be one of the best creme brulees I've ever had. This chocolate and nuts course, this final dessert, was amazing. One of my favorites of the entire meal. It looks really good, and there's a lot more to it than just what you see. After taking a bite, the pleasant and surprising sensation of popping and fizzing occurred, such as one would experience eating Pop Rocks candy. But the dinner wasn't over yet. Before my bill came, a selection of petite fours were presented in a unique display bearing the restaurant's name. Under almost every letter was a delicious treat. This made for a fun and memorable ending to a great meal. Overall, this was an absolutely fantastic experience. A great dinner, great tasting menu. I really enjoyed it. But the worst part is, and I feel so bad about this, I forgot to tip. I always tip, bare minimum 20%. I usually tip more in the 25% range, but the fact is, I always tip. Servers and everyone who works there deserves it, even if the service was just basic. And I know practices in Spain and Europe are a bit different, and I'd adjust my percentages accordingly, but still, I feel so bad about this. The service there was excellent, just like with any Michelin-starred restaurant, and especially when they come over and are able to speak the menu in English rather than Spanish. I mean, that's something really special. And I feel so bad about this. On that plane ride to Chicago, I just feel so terrible because, you know, I paid by credit card, I got the bill, it didn't have one of those little lines that, you know, you write your tip down there. It just wasn't there. And I was just so thrown off, and I feel terrible about this. Hopefully this video makes up for that a little bit. So I really recommend this restaurant. Go there, get the tasty menu or a la carte, and try to tip a little extra for me. Overall, definitely go to this restaurant. It was fantastic.